Hey guys, welcome back. We got a special guest today, my buddy Jim. It's good to have you out. And Jim brought a very special Remington out to show to us. What you got there, Jim?
This is a Remington Model 81 rifle built for the FBI. You might notice it has the Lyman 41R receiver sight on it and the higher front sight. And this rifle was built in 30 Remington only to replace the Winchester Model 1907 self-loading rifle for the FBI field officers.
That's right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the camera back here and get a closer look at this gun next to a regular 81 so you can see all the little differences in these guns and know kind of how to spot them out. All right, here we go. Now here's a close-up of Jim's rifle, and what we're going to use is a regular Model 81 up on top here as a comparison between the two guns, so you can kind of see the differences. Now again, Jim mentioned that this rifle on the bottom, this FBI gun, replaced the Winchester 351 self-loader that the FBI had that they weren't satisfied with, so they contacted Remington in the late 1930s about building a replacement, a gun that would outdo the 351. So we'll just start off here on the front end and work our way back. Now again, the FBI gun is on the bottom, and the first thing you notice is the different sights. Now this is a special height front sight that they put in because they used a Lyman 41R receiver sight, so they had to raise up the front sight. As you can see, a standard 81 sight like they all have. So coming back, you'll notice as well, here's a rear sight on a regular 81, and the FBI, since they wanted the 41 receiver sight, they did not want any rear sight at all. So if you can see in the video, this barrel jacket was never made with any provision for a rear sight whatsoever. Now I will just note that there are a few different versions of the FBI gun, and this one Jim here has is an earlier version, and it is basically the quintessential FBI gun. They changed some things later on, but this one is, when you think of an FBI 81, this is what it's supposed to look like. So moving on back, you'll see, you might notice a difference in the receiver markings, and that's because when they put this 41 receiver sight in, it would have covered up the serial number like on this standard 81. So what they did is Remington moved the serial number over here, and that is it's a subtle difference. A lot of people don't notice it. And see, the thing about these FBI guns is I've seen a lot of times in auctions people have them for sale, but they don't even know what they are. So they might sell for $400, $600. They have no idea this is a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 rifle that was issued to the FBI, just because the differences are so subtle. So that's the main thing. The receiver is the most obvious thing, and of course the barrel jacket. Something that's a little less obvious, and it's going to be real hard to see here, but because the sight is raised up here, you're aiming down from this high up on the receiver. They actually changed the drop in the stock, and you'd have to lay two of them next to each other to tell, but this one's got a little bit of, I don't know how much of a difference, just a slight difference on the stock drop here than a regular 81. Now there's also a difference on the takedown screw, which we're gonna take these forearms off and zoom in and take a look at those. Okay guys, we got both forearms off, and this is a real subtle difference, but it's something if you're looking at a gun and authenticating it, this is an area you can look at. First off, let's look at the regular 81. You see, you just got the takedown screw here, and I'm gonna try to get a little closer. See if you can see that. Just a standard piece there. Now when you come look at the FBI gun, I'm going to slide this out so we can see it a little better. You're going to see a lock washer here. That's something that the FBI requested. They didn't want these backing out under use and stuff. This takedown screw, this is used to remove the barrel assembly from the receiver, so this needs to stay on tight. Now what it's hard to tell, they got the lock washer here, but the whole assembly here is about 1/8 of an inch longer than the standard one. Very subtle difference to tell. It's hard to tell, but you want to look for that lock washer right there. That's the main thing. And if we didn't point out, Jim, when was this rifle? When was this FBI gun made?
August of 1941.
August of 1941. So there y'all go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the description down there. If you want some more information on a production history of the FBI 81 and the different versions there are, you can take a look at that. And thanks for checking us out.